Joshua Williamson, Jorge Molina, Adriano Di Benedetto, and Michael Janin take Batman into the darkness as Bruce Wayne confronts Lex Luthor over his plans to restart Batman Inc., not trusting that the villain has changed his ways like he says, as he comes closer to learning what exactly Abyss was. Joshua Williamson continues his Abyss storyline by pitting Bruce Wayne against Lex Luthor, continuing their relationship from the end of the Scott Snyder Justice League and Metal storylines, and with Lex feigning like he has changed his mind about the world and his role in it. I really enjoyed Lex and Bruce's verbal sparring session over dinner, and Lex actually getting the better of Bruce for a change, making him lash out at the mention of Dick and what he's doing with his money Alfred left him. It's fun seeing Batman get caught at a disadvantage, and throughout the issue he is, from the dinner to actually fighting Abyss, who is very much alive and using a strange type of darkness to get the better of the hero. Like many of Batman's villains, we get a hint that Abyss might have been created by Batman, or at least the actions of Batman, which means we'll probably get some sort of twisted origin story for him coming soon, where Batman didn't save him or was party to some sort of event in his life that he blames Batman for, you know, the usual stuff that comes with these sorts of villains. But my running theory is that he's actually a member of Batman Inc., or a member of Batman Inc. who wasn't actually formally a member and was kind of denied entry into the team, and he feels wronged by that or something. Jorge Molina, Adriano Di Benedetto, and Michael Janin continue to deliver some really excellent artwork for the book, the highlight being the Abyss Batman fight, which is wonderfully backgrounded by this just pure darkness, which gives artist Jorge Molina the chance to draw these really awesome shadows and give the darkness this interesting texture that looks like it's kind of consuming the characters and is really claustrophobic and everything. It's really quite great. Batman issue 119 was another great issue from Joshua Williamson, pitting Bruce Wayne against Lex Luthor both in and out of the costume, while also giving us a little more information on who or what the mysterious Abyss is. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Batman issue 119 finds Alfred scoff at the idea of Bruce taking on the symbol of the bat. Bruce knows that criminals are a cowardly, superstitious lot, and mixing fears with the darkness will help him save Gotham, and when the bat crashed through his father's study, he knew that was it. Alfred appreciates the theatrics, but some enemies will also call the darkness home, as well as ones who hide in the light. In the present, Batman confronts Lex Luthor as Lex tells Detective Chaya that he and Batman are old friends, and their relationship has aged like a fine wine. Batman asks if Luthor is funding Batman Inc., but the man thought the world's greatest detective would know, since when Bruce Wayne wasn't financing them any longer, he stepped up, giving them the money to continue bringing justice to more than just one city. He knows that he heard whispers of Abyss over the years since his name floated around his circle, so he sent Batman Inc. to stop the villain terrorizing the people of Badizia. Cops arrive as Luthor says that he's been cooperating with the law there, supporting them and the city in more ways than one. The cops open fire on Batman as Kaya tells them that they are ruining the crime scene. Batman easily takes down the men, preserving the crime scene and leaving a note for Lex, telling the villain that he'll see him soon. Lex excuses himself from Detective Kaya since he has dinner plans. Lex heads to a rooftop restaurant, told that the wine they'll be drinking with dinner is from a local winery which is considered legend, with the family's dream to use the grapes to create the one-of-a-kind wine, but a rival burned down their vineyard. The owner's daughter sought revenge and killed everyone responsible for burning down the vineyard, and only one crate of wine survived, gifted to the restaurant they are at, and the final bottle Lex is holding is worth $20 million. Lex knows that every drop is worth more than many make in a year, and at first they refuse to sell it, but everyone has a price. His dinner partner is revealed to be Bruce Wayne, who says that nothing Lex says has ever been by accident, taking him comparing their relationship earlier to the wine as a hint. Lex knows that the price means he's paying for the legend, wanting to be done with the pleasantries now. Lex says that as Bruce knows, he went through some recent experiences and learned a few things the hard way. He pours the wine out on the floor as he says that the world needs a Superman, just as it needs a Batman, and here Bruce is without his greatest weapon, his family fortune. Lex does say that he heard his former ward Nightwing gave his butler's money away to charity like a fool, knowing Dick was always a bit soft. Bruce angrily grabs Lex, throwing him back into his chair. Lex tells him not to get emotional, since with his help and money, Bruce can be the best Batman he can be, or at the very least, he can get himself a good tailor again. He doesn't want Bruce to say no yet, wanting to prove that he has changed, offering up Abyss's body in good faith for Bruce and him to study together and uncover the truth behind him. Lex knows that they can find out if Batman Inc. is innocent, or at very least if they took out the serial killer. Bruce, however, has disappeared on Lex, taking to the city skyline as Batman, where he watches Detective Kaya try and get access to Abyss's body. But the other officers know that they don't have any authority on the Batman Inc. case, and they need the DEO to autopsy the villain's body. Suddenly, the body disappears from their care, so Kaya calls for a lockdown of the entire police station as her phone rings. Batman is on the other end, telling the woman that she needs to look over the body, wanting her to direct the cops away from this floor for 90 seconds. She does so, telling them all to go to the rooftop as Batman gets to work, looking over the body and discovering that it's months old and definitely didn't die 2 days ago. Something is accelerating the body's decomposition. He wonders if someone stole Abyss's body and left this one there to distract them. He notices the bullet wound in the head coming from a gun that no member of the Batman Inc. uses. The corpse suddenly shudders, spitting up a black liquid as something begins happening to the lights in the room. The medical room's lights soon all go out as Batman knows this is something new. He cycles through his cow's different visions before setting off a flashbang, but nothing breaks through the darkness. Batman can still see himself and that he's in the police station, knowing that it's a nice trick, but he is used to fighting in the dark, wanting to thank whoever did this since they are helping prove Batman's innocence in the death of the Abyss. Abyss lashes out from the darkness, saying that he's not dead, as Batman throws some batarangs at the villain, who calls himself a creature of darkness, born in shadows like Batman. Batman grabs the villain, choking him out as he demands to know if he works for Lex. The villain frees himself, with Batman losing him in the darkness again, but the villain returns with his bladed staff, slashing Batman as he tells the hero that he made him, demanding Batman go back to Gotham, otherwise he risks getting lost in the Abyss forever. Detective Kaya rushes into the room, finding the defeated Batman bleeding out on the floor. She reassures Batman that the building is going into lockdown as she helps the hero up, but Batman reveals that he can't see, as his eyes have become black from the darkness.